The first thing I got to do before I can start digging is I got to get rid of all this junk. So I'm going to just, I cleared some of this out up here. I'm going to just move it up here for now and just get it out of my way, you know? Put on a pallet fork. Back to the bucket. The first thing I got to do is I want to match my low spot over here. This is kind of a hump right here, and then it's lower over here. So I'm gonna try and match that low spot right there. So I'm gonna kind of bring this down to grade right here, where this rock and stuff is, and try and flatten this all out before I go and attack the stumps. So I got my my standard bucket on there. I'm going to just try and scrape a little bit out of here and get this all kind of flat right here in this area where I'm standing, and get my pitch correct and my my level correct, and then I'll go after them stumps and try digging them out. I'm trying to figure out where to put this GoPro on the tractor. I'm thinking right on the front arm here, but we'll see. We'll see how the video turns out. hopefully you can see how this type of bucket digs. It's okay for doing the flat dirt and the looser dirt, but you start getting into these roots and stuff and you're not going to dig them with this bucket. So we're going to switch to the other bucket and we're going to see if we can knock that first stump out there and see how it goes. It's a big stump. The roots are way out here, almost to the outhouse here. So we're just going to have to keep hammering at it and see if we can break it loose. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't think digging around it with the backhoe is going to help any. So. Okay, stump bucket is on. We're going to see if we can get under some of these roots and push this stump out of here. Well guys, I failed at that one. I really thought I could get underneath that stump and pop that loose, but it is in there good. It has really good root system on it yet. I really thought at a 2,200 pound lift capacity that this tractor would do a little more to that stump. I don't know what these guys with the John Deeres and stuff that only lift 1,100 pounds, I don't know what they're doing, because they ain't gonna lift it. The tractor works just fine, but it's only capable of doing so much. It's not a skid steer, it's not an excavator, it's a tractor. And you put that stump bucket on there and you get that out, you're out, you know, another 4 feet. Your lift capacity is way reduced once you start doing that. But that thing really works good for the smaller trees. You know, I was pulling some out about this big around. You know, I did a one that was a good 6-inch diameter. But this was almost a 2-foot diameter tree at one time. So it is what it is, I guess, as far as that goes. Well, my next project, I got to get these logs. Well, I didn't really show you this up here yet. Let me take you for a walk up here. So my next project is to finish this. This is what I did the first day. This took me about 4 hours to clean this all out. And it's, you know, I left the big trees. You can see the bigger trees here. I left these all. But all these little, you know, 2-inch diameter, 3-inch, even these here, these 3 or 4-inch diameter. And I went all the way up. I took out a couple of 6-inch diameter trees. It handled that just fine. So I'm clearing this out here so that I can pull around here with my trailers and even park my stuff. You know, I'm gonna park my my equipment back here, my my drag and my other stuff, and I'll have all my buckets will end up back here, so they're out of sight. You know, out of sight, out of mind. We'll just put them up against that angle, up against the bank there, and then I can pull through here with the trailer and whatever. And hopefully I got this wide enough. I'm thinking it could have been a little wider, but I'd have to start really digging into the hill there, and I don't want to do that, you know. So right now I am waiting for that grapple. I pushed over all these trees. You can see there's a good 4-inch diameter tree right there that I pushed over, and here's the 6-inch. There's the 6-inch diameter that I pushed over, and it pushed that one over pretty easy, you know. So there wasn't that big of a root ball underneath that one, and I don't know what kind of tree that was. It might have been an oak or a maple or something. But anyhow, I got to get all this brush cleaned out of here. I don't want to do it by hand. That grapple is supposed to be here this week yet, so I'm just gonna wait, get the grapple, get all this stuff picked up and all this stuff out of here, and then I'll finish grading this out so I can make the turn. Thinking that white pine has to go yet. I think the birch will be able to stay, even though it's not looking very good, but the birch will stay. The white pine has to go. And then we'll spin that corner, and then I can just make a loop with the trailer. So that'll be my next project, probably tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. If that thing comes today, it says it's out for shipping right now. So if that comes today, we'll get it over here and we'll get going on this tomorrow. So the grapple finally showed up yesterday. We had it delivered over by Mindy and Jacob because the tractor was over there, and we thought that this was going to come long before that we moved up here. And it didn't, so we had to go over there last night and get it, because that's where it was delivered to. All it's here, and we're gonna get this opened up and see what it looks like and get it hooked up and put it to work today. We purchased this from Homestead Implements. And it looks like a nice product. It looked like a nice product on the internet too. The issue I have is with all these companies nowadays is this is your company. You're telling somebody 6 to 8 weeks delivery, and it's taken 12 weeks to get it there. I don't understand how you think that's a good thing for your company. And that's really all I got to say about it. I've worked in manufacturing my entire life, and there are deadlines, and there are deadlines you have to make. And I don't understand how these companies nowadays seem to think that they don't have to make any deadlines. So with that said, I mean, it looks like a nice piece of equipment. So we'll put it to use today, and we'll see what it can do. So at first glance, everything looks good on here. The welds look much better than the welds on my tractor even. So that's a plus for them. So something I wanted to show you here was this tool here by Irwin Manufacturing. And it's made for these hydraulic fittings. So from the beginning here, I could not get these hydraulic fittings on and off. Even trying to relieve the pressure and whatever, they're really hard to do, okay? So I saw this on Outdoors with the Morgans, and I picked one up. And boy, it is a game changer as far as I'm concerned. You get your fitting in there, get it started, and then you pull down your ring, and you squeeze her together, and she goes right in. Can't be simpler. That works pretty good. My hose is on backwards, but that'll be okay for today. We're gonna go give this thing a little bit of a workout, see how it works. Alright, for first time tractor users, I've been using this for 2 days, 2.5 days about. And one of my issues is not being able to tell when I'm level. Even though I have the level indicator on the bucket in the tractor, that's for the main bucket, okay? When you put on these other attachments, they don't seem to be quite the same position. You know, I don't know how to describe that. So I'm always a little high in the front, So I'm missing one of the logs. When I grab the log, I always seem to be missing one of the logs. So it's just something I got to get used to, figure out how to look for that better, that I'm level. Let's see how it works for picking up the branches. That seems to work pretty good for the branches. I picked up that whole pile all in one grab. And that's kind of because they're hooked together and whatever. But yeah, that works. I like that. Makes my job easy. Using the grapple for a couple hours across the street, moving some branches and all that type of stuff. I'm giving it 100%. Thing works great. Can't complain at all. Takes a little getting used to where your prongs are at down here, that you're not digging in and you're just scooping up the branches, but that's, once you use it for a little while, you get used to it. So yesterday I told you I'm going to get these stumps out of here and these logs, so I'm going to pick them up, try and pull them back, saw them off, stack them, and then haul them over to my pile over there. So the reason I've been running the tractor at the low RPM is because normally you would run it higher, but it just helps with the video, the sound on the video and stuff. So if you crank that up, that thing is really loud and it's hard to hear yourself talk or even think. So that's why I've been doing it, just for the video. We're gonna cut these off now, and we're gonna stack them over here, and then we'll pick them up later. Well, there goes my chain again. I like this Milwaukee saw, but I do not like the fact that the chain comes off all the time. It's always coming off. I'm always stopping to put this chain back on. And I got oil in it, and I keep it adjusted, and you start cutting a few cuts and this chain pops off. So I don't know if this is the weak link in here, that it gets loose too easy, too quick. I don't have that problem with my gas saws, so but I like the saw, don't get me wrong. This is an issue. If you don't adjust, it's almost like every time you pick the thing up, you gotta adjust the chain. All right, I'm gonna go get this chain fixed, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I got the scrunch in my pocket now, so I'll keep an eye on that. For those of you that don't know what a scrunch is, it's a wrench and a screwdriver together. Usually, the only place I ever see them is with chainsaws, but they may be used other places. I don't know. A lot of people wouldn't waste their time on those smaller logs, but we do a lot of camping, and that works good for camping. You know, you just throw it in the back of the truck and take it along. So I like to take the time and cut it up. All right, we're gonna drive around and get this other stuff from the other side over there, because this is kind of drops off here where I pushed this dirt in here. Yeah, I think I can grab most of this other stuff from on that side. Well, after a day with this grapple, I take back everything I said about Homestead Implements. This thing really rocks. I mean, this thing really does a nice job digging. I got that 6-inch root out of there. I got this big boulder removed that was causing me a problem over here somewhere. And so now I can come in here tomorrow and just smooth this all out. It's working good. I'm really impressed with it. Moved all the branches that I had cut and everything, the logs are all moved. Boy, saves me a lot of back work. So go out and get yourself one of these. This is the Pinnacle Series Homestead Implements. And that's going to be about it for this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to label these like day 1 and day 2 of the tractor. So this is considered my second day with the tractor. So that doesn't mean that I'm working every day. It means that this is day 1 and day 2. Day 3 and day 4 might be a week from now. So if you like these videos, you know, give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. And we'll see you next time.